Hi, I'm just popping on because I want to talk to you all about consistency. So, I had to talk about this weekend when we all went up to Birmingham. There was a few of you I know didn't come, but that's fine. I'm going to talk about it now. If you see me keep looking to one side, it's because I'm reading my notes. So, I want some of you to try and become a bit more consistent with your posts. Now, consistency is not just about posting to social media, it's the other things that you do too. So, I'm going to run through what I do as my business. This may not be for everybody. You will find what works for you, but this is what I do. This is what works for me right now. And I'm sure in the future I may have to adapt it, but right now, this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to start off about talking on a weekly, no, not a weekly basis at all, on a daily basis. Now, I do like to keep on Facebook, actually I'll tell you what I post to first. I use Instagram, I use Twitter, and I also use Facebook. I'm on all three, however, Facebook is my main place to post about my business. Instagram, I use twice a day. Twice a day I do a post, and it could be anything from what I'm doing with my family. It's a bit of a mixture of my personal page stroke business page. So I do post twice a day. Whether it's business, whether it's family, I post on there. I have absolutely no idea what I am doing with Instagram or Twitter. I will tell you that. I hashtag absolutely everything. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I just hashtag pretty much every word. But it does get you followers. There are a few hashtags that I know will get you more followers. Whether they're the right sort of followers you want, I'm not sure. So, if you hashtag follow me, you will get some followers. If you hashtag selfie, if you hashtag, I'm trying to think of some now off the top of my head, it's not working. Message me, now you will get the odd undesirable. So be aware of that. But some of you may be better at Instagram than I am, and maybe want to do a talk on it. I don't know. I do keep my Instagram and my Twitter separate from my Facebook. So I do post to Instagram, and I have it post automatically to my Twitter account. Because Twitter and Instagram work off hashtags. So they're very similar. Now, my Facebook I do differently. And I do it differently because even though we can use hashtags on Facebook, I don't find they're as useful as they are on Instagram and Twitter. So that's why I don't have it post automatically, because I find that it doesn't work as well. So I decided a long time ago when I very first started Scentsy that I wanted to keep my personal page on Facebook personal. That is my personal page for me to post whatever I want to about my family, what I'm doing now, where we are on holiday, whatever. I do the odd post on there. I'm not saying I don't that's business related, but majority of what's on there is my personal life. So it's to do with my friends, my family, whatever. But I do keep my personal page personal, or I try to. Now, I'm assuming that you all know the difference between a group and a page. A page is public, so anybody can like it, anybody can follow you on it. A group, it's up to you whether you make it public, closed, or secret. So only the people that are in the group will be able to see, unless you have it on a public setting. That's up to you the way you want to go. Now, I have mine as a closed group, and I have it that way because I don't want lots and lots of consultants coming in. But that's just me. There's nothing that I do out of compliance, or that I know of anyway. I just like to keep it so that I don't have a group full of consultants. And, you know, this is what's working for me right now. So, on my page, which is public, I post twice a day. Now, I have started to realise that I feel that on a page, because it's public, you need to make everything very positive. Very positive. So I try to schedule my posts, and I try to schedule them so that they are at random times of day. You can look this up, and you can be told when the most popular time of day is to post, when the best time of day is. That may not work for you, because I found that them times are not my good times for posting. They're not the times when my customers see them posts. So I schedule mine. Now, I have found personally that if you schedule your posts on a random time of like 7:12 or 7:06, not on the 5 past, not on the 10 past, not dead on the hour, you seem to get an awful lot more interaction. That's just what I'm finding. Now, on my page, I post twice a day, and I try to make Scentsy a lifestyle, which it is for me. That's what it is. It's my life. So I try to create the lifestyle that I can create around my children, and working from home and working around my husband. So that's what I do. So it can be anything from that I talk about my lifestyle to my kids. Maybe someone's got a birthday. But I also try to do business posts, obviously, because it's a business page. But I do try and make them so that I'm not always using the image group pictures. I try to make it so that I use some of my own pictures as well as the image group. And if I do use the image group, I put my website on it, because anybody that sees it is going to go to my website, not somebody else's. So that's my tip for that. I also post, or try to post, at least once a day in my customer group. Now, in my customer group, I try to do interaction posts. So I try to always end my post with a question, or what I'm warming today, or if I'm doing a game, or if there's any new releases, anything that I think my customers will want to know goes in that group. So if I want a list of fragrances, because you may have seen recently I've done the one where, what would you like me to put on Sample Club? I got a lot of interaction because I was asking them, and I was asking a question. So that's what I tend to do in my group. Now, these are things I do on my daily basis. I also, you should realise, that I try to post to our team page once a day, whether it be an inspirational quote, whether it be something that is coming out, whether it's company announcements, whether it's a team challenge. That's what I do. I post on the daily. If you lot interact with me, brilliant. If you don't, I'm there to help you, and that's why I'm doing it. I also like you lot to use use that group, the team group, as our safe haven. So if you've got anything you want to talk about, anything you want to vent off about, whatever, preferably the company, or preferably about certain things that are going on, that's fine. You can use that as your safe haven. That's what I'm there for. If you don't want to vent to that, I'm here as your director to be able to vent to me. Now, I also encourage every day that my customers post on my page or group. Now, I literally reply to every comment. Every comment that a customer makes, I try to reply to. And I do it because it is building a relationship with your customers. You build a relationship with them, they're going to trust you. You build a relationship with them, they're going to want to come back to you. And that's what this business is really all about, is building relationships. It's not about selling, it's about building relationships. Remember, I'm still on daily. So every day I try to talk and slip Scentsy into almost every conversation I have. It may be, I've had a lot of conversations lately about Rome because so many people realised I was going away. They didn't realise it was because of Scentsy. So obviously, because I've had it all over Facebook, I'm not going to lie. But, I slip Scentsy into the conversation, even if it is, would you like to try a sample? Even if it's, would you like a catalogue? It's still slipping it into the conversation. But it's not always about Scentsy. Sometimes some people just don't get it. Some people don't get that you're having a fabulous time. Some people don't get that it's your business. Some people just don't get it. And that's really okay. But it is about building relationships with people. And if you can build them relationships with people, you're going to get so much further with your business. Now, the other things I do on a daily basis are things like carry my samples around. I carry catalogues in my bag. I have business cards in my bag if people ask me. And most importantly, just lately, and I'm realising this more and more, and I'm 18 months on now, and I'm realising this, is I brand myself. Now that may sound like, oh my god, scary. I don't want to be wearing the t-shirt. I don't wear the t-shirts. I do every now and then. I've got a couple, but I don't wear them every day. I have a handbag that says Scentsy on it. That's me branding myself. If anyone sees it, they'll know that logo. They know that I do Scentsy. So what I want you to do is try and stay positive every single day. That is one of the big things, is staying positive. All right? So, weekly. What do we do weekly? Well, weekly is mainly about you guys, my team. Weekly I try, and I would recommend to any of you that if you have at least 1 to 2 team members, get yourself a group. It can be your safe haven for chatting amongst yourselves, for just your little bit of safe haven. That was partly the reason I set up my group for the team. And as you get bigger, that team's going to get bigger, and it's a way for you all to keep in touch with each other and keep on top of things that are being announced. And I'd just do a group. If you've got a couple of people or more in your team, do a group. So in my group, in our team group, you may notice I try to set small challenges on a weekly basis. So it could be, you've seen, I do an image challenge. I try to make you go live. I try to make you to do videos. I try and get you to hand out samples, get your borrow bags out. You know the drill for a weekly thing. But I've also started to try and do Zoom calls for the team. These are not working out as well because a few of you aren't getting on them, but I am trying to get there. As far as my customers are concerned, on a weekly basis, I try to get borrow bags out on a weekly basis. I try to get a set amount of samples I try to get sent out on a weekly basis. Even if it's, and when I say sent out, I don't mean post out, I don't mean my sample club, I mean I do so many samples per week, and I try and leave them in places with my business card, or I try and get that extra little bit of business, or I try and get into a new business, or the general. So I try to get my borrow bags out once a week, book my parties in advance. I try to book one party a week if I can. Now I know that's difficult, but my parties once a week, I ask. I ask people face to face. It's very rare that I get a party from people just texting me. It's very rare I get a party from people that I've not asked face to face. If I ask face to face, I tend to get more parties. Now, I want to start setting you up for this because the company are doing a booking blitz soon. And I would like us to be booking them parties, especially with this incentive, because I think it's so achievable. And I think if you're doing your parties and you're getting your borrow bags out and your samples out, every single one of you can achieve this if you put your mind to it. So I also try and get a basket party out if I can. I struggle with basket parties and I struggle with pouch parties, but they are becoming a little bit more popular. And I tend to find they only really work with people that have had parties in the past. So they're the people that I would target for having the baskets or a pouch. So, and the other thing that I do on a weekly basis, which I think is good for everybody, is I take time out to go and have coffee with my friends and maybe lunch. So, you know, a few of you know that I meet up with you during the week. Right, monthly. Monthly, I try to do 5 to 10 opportunity packs. I try to make them up at the beginning of the month. Now in my opportunity pack I have, let me think, I put a catalogue in, I put our joining information in, I put our ways to party in, I put my business card in, a couple of samples, and you lot laughed at me when I did this, but I put either a tea bag or a hot chocolate or a little bar of chocolate. I try and do something a bit quirky because I think, do you know what? They're the things that people remember. They don't remember that joining leaflet. They just know that that person went to make the effort to get them on their team. So that's what I do. My 5 to 10 opportunity packs per month I try to get sent out. Now, this is the one side of the business that I do struggle with, is recruiting. It's not a secret. Most of you know that. But this is where building relationships comes in, because the people that I have got on my team, I've built a relationship with. I've built that friendship with as well. I've been trying to get team get-togethers, but no one seems to be able to get a date that we're all together. And I also try to do your team recognition. I know that's behind this last couple of months. It's all done. It's all ready to go. It's just that I've not sent it out. And my plan was to do it today, but the polling station is in my post office. So the other thing that I do, this is customer based now, is sample club. I know quite a few of you do your own sample clubs. I send it out for free, and I have customers leave reviews on my page or my group to get the following month. So if they don't leave a review this month, they don't get sample club next month. And I'm starting to get strict on it because I have so many people that are doing it or want it and don't leave reviews. I'm getting strict. Because do you know what? I'd rather my samples go to someone that does leave me a review and does want to interact with me and does want to be on my page or my group. It also helps with your interaction in your group. Now, like I said at the beginning, this is not what I'm telling you to do. This is what I do for my business. That's it. I'm finding it's working for me, and I was just telling you what I'm doing. The other thing that I put in with my samples is a little newsletter, and in my newsletter I just put, you know, hey, I've had such body join my team this month, which has took our team to this amount of people. If you're interested, you know, drop me a message. I put what the samples are that I've included this month and why I've included them, and I put if there's any deals that I'm going to be doing, go in my sample club. Let me think. If I need any party bookings, I put that in my sample club. I'm now booking parties for whenever, which is great. I've had a few bookings through that. You'll find your own way of doing your newsletter. You can do it through MailChimp, which is email, or you can post them. I do old school, but only because I'm sending my samples at the same time. But that's up to you how you do it. And lastly, the other thing that I do on a monthly basis is my dream board. Now, mine's just changed because obviously I've just come back from incentive and I've got a lot going on now. So I've done a new dream board because this is what keeps me on track. So this is mine. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it properly. This is mine. So, you know, you've got to decide what you do, your own goals. It can be something as simple as you want to earn so much per week, you want to pay some debt off, you want to get a recruit. But this is what I do. So mine this year, my goals are all about incentive. So I've printed off my incentive thing already so that I can keep a track of what I'm doing. So this side is just if I'm just going for PRV. This is if I'm going for recruits and PRV, but I can colour it in and mark it off so I know where I'm at. So I'm tracking it myself. This side is my yearly goal. So this is my yearly goal. This is where I want to be. This time next year, I want this one full down to here, this one full down to here, and I want to be achieving them goals. Now the goals I've set myself this year are huge. Huge. But I've got the attitude of, what have I got to lose? Absolutely nothing. Because this year I'm going to go for annual mentor and annual sales. Which is, annual sales, if you don't know, is 30,000 PRV in a year. Starting from the 1st of May, going through to the end of next April. So that's a massive goal for me. But I have seen so many of my friends going for this that I want to do it. And then I've also got on here my other little goals, like I want a family holiday this year that I'm going to pay for from my Scentsy money. That's my biggest goal. That's my biggest family goal. And this, I want to be on the next incentive trip. If you don't have one of these boards, this is what kept me going to get me to director. Now I would say wholeheartedly do one of these, because you can track everything. You can have your goal there where you can see it, and it reminds you every single day of what you're aiming for. So that's why I do it. But one of the most important things is have fun, because if you're not having fun, then actually it's not worth it. So I hope some of them tips have helped you. So that's my little bit. That's all you're having from me today. Now I've waffled on for nearly like 25 minutes. But I'm really hoping it's helped you all. So any questions, please just ask me. If I can help you, I will. If I can't, I will find out an answer for you. All right? Bye.